Previously, I've always wanted to set up my own website. Bonkers! My way of travelling will be changing very soon. I'm going back to England next week. This year I wasn't in Mexico as much. My ebook. Remember Whiskey and Cardi? Hello, Whiskey. Welcome to Belgrade. Holy moly, Budek is the best. Vienna. Who says that travelling in the winter is a thing you shouldn't do? I'm at a medieval fortress. At least I think it's medieval. Oh, that's beautiful. Enjoying it so far?
Oh yeah, it's fantastic. Hotel Yugoslavia.
Yeah, Hotel Yugoslavia. Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. There's no one. They're all the way around the corner. Whiskey just opened the door by herself. Online, ebooks.
Which might be a mouthful.
It's a mouthful. Yeah. Stockholm Arlanda Airport in Sweden. It's snowing. Brilliant. Wrenched away from Belgrade. Welcome to Minsk, Belarus. And this beautiful angel, my website. Know more about vaginas than I do about tractors. I have now extended my visa until mid-June. I will see you in Mexico.
Broken bottles in the hotel lobby. Seems to me like I'm just scared of never feeling it again. But I know it's crazy to believe in silly things, but it's not that easy. I remember it now, it takes me back to when it all first started. But I've only got myself to blame for it, and I accept it now. It's time to let it go out and start again. But it's not that easy. But I've got high hopes. It takes me back to when we started. High hopes. When you let it go out and start again. High hopes. When it all comes to an end, but the world keeps spinning around. In my dreams I meet the ghosts of all
Hello everyone, and welcome back, or should I say Dobro došli u Beograd. Right, let's get one thing out of the way first of all. I'm not in Mexico. That's because my flight was cancelled. It has been rescheduled to early July. As a result, I'm now back in Serbia, more specifically Belgrade, a city that I originally came to about a year ago as a result of a DNA test. I then spent about 2.5 months here earlier in the year before I was stranded in Sweden on an abandoned Boeing 747 and then ended up in Belarus for 3 months due to coronavirus. I couldn't make it up, right? But anyway, we're back and things are back to normal. Or are they? That's what we're going to talk about in this video, as well as talking about the necessity to get our lives back to normal now that coronavirus is over, in quote marks. But first, I'm hungry.
Pusto, pusto, pusto mi ese.
Oh, hello Zastava. You know you're back in Belgrade when you see Zastavas and Yugos everywhere. So I've done numerous videos in the past around food in Belgrade. We've had Budek, we've had Cevapi, Pljeskavica, you name it. But there's a misconception about Belgrade that I want to quash. Whenever I read online, I hear things about every corner you go to, you'll find a bakery selling Budek. That's not the case. Trust me, I've been here for a long time. What you will find, however, instead are bakeries that sell more generic items, if you like. Baguettes, cakes, pizzas. And that's where we're going to go now, because I'm starving. Oh, I will, yeah.
Oh, cool.
Lovely. Havala. Right, food. It's been a while since I've filmed food in a video. And by the way, I now have a website, so you'll be able to see the link down in the description to an accompanied blog post to this video to find out more information, see more pictures and extra video as well. So let's get on with the eating. We have a quiche. Look at the size of it. It's massive. I absolutely love quiche. Quiche Lorraine is the best. You've got cheese, you've got bacon or ham. I think it's like pulled ham or something, because it's in like little bits, if you know what I mean. Beautiful, lovely. I haven't had a quiche in so long. Lovely. Exactly what you need before I start walking around Belgrade to fill me up. Yum. Now, as you can see from behind me and the shots I'm putting over the top of this, there are of course other items. As I said, things like croissants, sweet items, stuff like that. And also burek as well, actually. I'm quite surprised that this bakery has burek, because there are a lot of bakeries in Belgrade where there isn't burek, when you would expect there would be. But that's all right. You don't have to have burek every day of the week. And one thing I want to say about Serbian language, which I've always loved, is when you first see it, you think, oh my God, I'm talking about Latin alphabet, not Cyrillic. You think, oh my God, you know, it's crazy. How do I pronounce that? But actually, it's very simple. So, for example, the word quiche, you know, is this kiss? Is it kiss? No, the S with the accent on is like a sh. So the city in Serbia, Niš, is the same. So quiche Lochen, as in Lorraine. Quiche Lorraine, love it. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, we're down Nev Mihalova, apologies for the pronunciation, the main street in Belgrade. And just take a look for a moment from my eyes. Social distancing, masks, gloves, lockdown, none of it is in existence right now. There are two reasons why I feel like I've just come back home in Belgrade. Firstly, my general familiarity with the city, but also the fact that it does just feel like everything's normal again and nothing's changed. Clearly that is not the case. You know, Serbia had quite a strict response to COVID-19. From an outsider's point of view, it does feel like it's worked because everything is back to normal, as you can see, on a Saturday afternoon. Obviously, from a Serbian's point of view, that might be different. You know, there were curfews 5 p.m. to 6 a.m, I believe, and all weekend in the latter stages. So, obviously, it hasn't been easy to get to this point, but from my point of view, good on you, Serbia. You've done a good job. What they're singing, Torval and Dean danced to that in the 1994 Winter Olympics, Rumba. And you probably saw earlier in the bakery, there's a screen up, like a Perspex screen. You'll find that in most shops, like Shop and Go, places like that, obviously to protect people from potential infection. And also when you go into clothing shops, clothing stores, there are signs at the entrance saying you must wear a mask. There's someone standing there like security with a mask on. Do they enforce those rules? No. I even waited outside a shop to see if other people go in first without masks on. They did. No one was ever questioned about it. So I think it's similar all over the world in countries that have kind of flattened the curve, in that there are these rules in place, but whether or not they're actually followed or enforced by the locals and authorities is another matter. But am I concerned about it? No. I've said before, I think there's a necessary balance in life between listening to fear and accepting risk, not just with a pandemic, but with everything in life. And I had coronavirus in February, or at least I think I did, more than likely, just before I went to Sarajevo, and it was horrendous. I was sick for weeks. And obviously we have to be safe, we have to be careful still, we have to look after ourselves and others. But there does come a point where we have to acknowledge that the world does keep spinning. We have to carry on at some point. This city will always hold a special place in my heart. It feels like it's kind of fate that everything happened with my cancelled flight, etc., and allowed me to come back here and actually pick up my stuff that I left here months ago. because Belgrade is my European home and will always be my European home. It's very special to me because in terms of history, you know, compare it to Paris, Berlin, London, Serbia's up there in terms of its history. It goes back thousands and thousands of years and it's fascinating. The people are epic, the food is amazing, but there's also a certain electricity running through this city that I cannot describe. Nikola Tesla, hello, electricity, see what I did there? But there's also like an underground world, a subculture, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna go to a place now to explore a bit of that. Clubbing, nightlife is fantastic in Belgrade, but there's also a little bit more to it as well. Oh, this is a good shot. It might look like we're about to walk into a Hellzone crack den. We may do, but we're not, I promise. This is Belgrade Design District, which I didn't even know existed until the other day. There was a load of signs up here the other day. I took a photo, I'll put it over the top, saying Belgrade Design District. But we're going to go down there, down the escalators. Yeah, it may look like I'm going down into the depths of hell, but, oh, escalator's wrong way, I need to go down the stairs. But what's down here is really, really cool, and it's the sort of stuff I really appreciate. Yeah, this is the sort of place I love, you know, it's not elegant churches or, you know, nice parks and stuff like that. This is gritty, real underground Belgrade. It's an area that's well known for its art and graffiti and jewellery and independent fashion stores, very trendy and bohemian, if you like. So you've got independent fashion stores there, you've got a mannequin out the front, it looks really cool, and you've got music and these, you know, metal bars all over the side, and this wicked graffiti. How colourful and awesome is that? Flipping awesome. Wowzers. It reminds me of like walking down a dingy subway in London where you would like find people doing crack on the floor and injecting heroin, but this is what I've grown up with, you know. It's awesome. Let's have a bit of an explore. There's body piercing places, tattoo places, I believe. I'm assuming that is something to do with selling wacky backy paraphernalia. I think that guy over there is selling porn, but who loves some titties? I'm sure everyone does. Ooh, it's blimmin' hot down here, and one reason I have come down here is the fact that you'll notice a lot of these independent stores are closed. It could just be because it's Saturday, I don't know, but I have noticed while walking around Belgrade, since I've been back, there are a lot of small businesses closed. Could that be a result of COVID-19? Most likely, because the economic impact on those businesses has been huge. In fact, they couldn't operate for months. Public transport, there were no trams, no buses, no taxis. Well, I think there was some, but obviously business for them wasn't great, you know. So it's interesting to see, you know. You're lucky if you can survive a time like this. I've never actually been this far up. I'm just past Hotel Moskva, which is where I go past there down back to Savamala. But look at these buildings, Art Deco. Hello, the place I'm staying is an Art Deco building. You might have noticed that earlier. It's just stunning, and look at the Cyrillic lettering on the building. Have to be careful because I'm filming the police. They'll probably arrest me. Let's move on. Cevapi with homegrown potatoes. My Serbian's getting better, at least I hope that is correct. Now, for the eagle-eyed long-term viewers among you that have more than 2 brain cells, you might notice there are many Easter eggs in this video. Not actual chocolate Easter eggs, I mean things, little metaphorical things and signs that are harking back to old videos. These are one of them. If you can name all of the Easter eggs, let me know. You will find a full list on my website. Isn't that fun? Now, on the subject of hidden meanings and metaphors, you may have noticed that this video, the vast majority of the shots in this video have been stationary, with the exception of a few walking ones. That's for a very good reason, because we have been stationary. All of us have been stationary for months. I was stuck in Belarus for 75 days, and as a white privileged male able-bodied person from a country that is developed economically with a strong passport, I felt like I'd become immune to travel. Like I didn't have a passion for travel anymore. I didn't have that flame that I've always had. And I was worried coming to Serbia that I wouldn't have that. Would I just go back to sitting in one place again? But you know what happened? The moment I started walking around Savamala, seeing the graffiti, seeing the locals, you name it, that passion came back. And I felt like it's time to start moving again. I felt like I was moving again. And to end this video, we're going to be going to a little place to see an old friend who has been my motivation for the whole of this year. Let's go.
And in my dreams I meet the ghosts of all the people who have come and gone. Memories, they seem to show up so quick, but they leave you far too soon. Naive, I was just staring at the